the founder and the boy with the notebook. Crescent moon, it begins on a cold November evening. San Francisco's streets glistened after a late rain. Under the orange glow of a street lamp, the city felt at once alive and lonely. Alexandra Fairchild, 32, founder and CEO of a $500 million AI company, stepped out of her sleek glass tower. Her driver waited by the curb. She walked briskly, high heels tapping the wet pavement, sharp eyes scanning the shadows. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to build an empire? To take every heartbreak, every loss, and forge it into power? Alex had, and she had lived it. From foster homes to boardrooms, she had clawed her way to the top, piece by brutal piece. She had one rule: never get attached. Attachment, she believed, was for those who could afford to lose. She could not. But that night, something unexpected happened. As she neared her car, she saw him. Brooks, the boy under the street lamp. A small boy, about 10, black hair damp from the rain, sat cross-legged. In his hands, a battered paperback balanced carefully on his knee. When their eyes met, he stood, small but steady. "Ma'am, do you maybe have some food?" Alex barely broke stride. "Sorry, kid." Her voice clipped, dismissive. She had turned down countless pleas before. But this time, the boy didn't beg. He simply nodded, sat back down, and returned to his book. "Tell me, if it were you, would you have kept walking?" Why did Alex stop? She paused, turned back, curiosity pricking at her armor. "What are you reading?" she asked. The boy looked up, surprised anyone had asked. "Charlotte's Web," he answered softly. "It was my mom's favorite." Alex hesitated. The city sounds blurred, time seemed to slow. "Where's your mom now?" she asked, words slipping out before she could stop them. "She died," he replied, quiet as rain. 2 years ago." A small backpack sat beside him, seams worn thin, a corner of a notebook peeking out. "What's in there?" Alex asked. "My stories," he said after a breath. "Things I see, or hope could happen." Memo words stay. For a woman whose life revolved around words, contracts, slogans, investor decks, this answer pierced deeper than she expected. She surprised even herself by sitting beside him on the wet curb. "What's your name?" she asked. "Noah. Noah Kim." "And you live?" she ventured. "Shelters, sometimes. Sometimes nowhere," Noah replied, as if it were the most normal thing in the world. "Why do you write, Noah?" "Because words stay," he said, steady gaze meeting hers. "Even when people don't." Pause a moment. Have you ever lost someone and found that only their words remained? Cityscape the question that kept her awake. Noah then asked Alex what she did. "I run a tech company," she explained. His eyes lit up, not with envy, but genuine curiosity. "Do you help schools too?" Just days ago, Alex had denied funding for translation services at Kingston Elementary. "Not really," she admitted. Noah lowered his eyes to his notebook. "That's too bad. Some kids can't understand the lessons without help. My mom used to help me when English felt scary." That night, back in her penthouse of glass and steel, Alex lay awake. Rain tapped softly against the windows. Noah's words echoed in the quiet. "Some kids can't understand the lessons without help." Have you ever had a stranger's words haunt your thoughts? Briefcase, a different decision. The next morning, Alex gathered her leadership team. "Restore the translation funding for Kingston Elementary," she ordered, "and double it." Her executives exchanged puzzled glances. They had known Alex as decisive, relentless, but never sentimental. She didn't explain. For once, she didn't need to. Pot of food, a bond grows. In the weeks that followed, Alex kept seeing Noah. Sometimes she brought books, sometimes hot food. They talked for hours about words, family, why people choose to leave or stay. Alex found herself confessing things she had never said aloud, like how her own mother died when she was 12, leaving her to navigate foster care alone. Noah listened, not with pity, but quiet understanding. "Maybe that's why you make yourself so busy," he said gently. His words landed softly but firmly, like rain on glass. "Tell me, have you ever met someone who saw right through you? A stranger who understood a truth you'd hidden from yourself? Orange Heart, could she become his family?" In time, Alex began wondering, what would it mean to be Noah's guardian? The idea frightened her. Love had always felt like a weakness, a liability she couldn't afford. But the thought of giving Noah the home she had once wished for herself felt right. Cloud with rain, then came Hannah. One rainy evening, a voice called out on the sidewalk. Noah, a young woman, tired, rain-soaked, yet filled with fierce relief, ran to him. Hannah, barely 20, Noah's older sister. She had been searching for her brother ever since their parents' death. I found steady work in Portland, she told Alex. He's my family. I could take care of him. Alex felt a sharp ache. For weeks, Noah had been her hope too. Hot beverage a choice no child should have to make. One evening, as rain tapped gently on a cafe window, Noah spoke. I don't want to choose, he said softly. You're both my family in different ways. Alex realized love wasn't about possession. It was about presence. What do you want, Noah? She asked. I want to live with Hannah, he said, voice shaking. But I still want to see you. You help me remember what it feels like to belong. Alex nodded, tears blurring her vision. For the first time in years, she let them fall. Enveloped the goodbye. That summer, Noah left with Hannah for Portland. Before boarding the bus, he hugged Alex tightly. Don't forget to write, he whispered, pressing a folded page from his notebook into her hand. Back in her office, Alex unfolded it. It read, Thank you for choosing to care. Have you ever had someone thank you just for caring? Seedling what remains. In the months that followed, Alex and Noah kept their promise. They exchanged letters, stories, jokes, reflections. Alex's company kept growing, but something inside her had changed. Decisions no longer centered only on profit, but on people. The penthouse felt warmer. Her life felt less empty. Brain, before we end, let me ask you, have you ever met someone who changed the way you see the world? Is family something we're born into, or something we choose? What would you risk to care, and what might you gain? Writing hand the final thought. Though life moved forward, Alex would always remember the boy under the street lamp. The one who reminded her. Words stay. Love is chosen. Family is built by the courage to open your heart. And what about you? If someone wrote about your life, what would they say?